When Rockstar dropped the first look at their next flagship title, the response was immediate. The trailer racked up 46 million views in just 12 hours, shattering the record for non-music videos on YouTube. 2 separate delays have already pushed the launch back by over a year, creating friction against that record-breaking hype. The target is now locked on November 19, 2026. Rockstar issued a public apology for the timeline, stating they needed the extra months to ensure the game receives the proper polish before it ships. Curious, you have to wonder what's actually causing a bottleneck of this magnitude. Standard software bugs and development hurdles don't normally push a release date this far out. The length of this development cycle serves as a direct measurement of the project's internal complexity. Rockstar appears to be optimizing for a level of density and simulation that exceeds the technical requirements of a standard sequel. To pull off that vision, the developers have drawn a hard line in the sand, completely abandoning an entire generation of older hardware. The game is being built and optimized strictly for the top end of the market, tailoring the engine specifically for the PlayStation 5 architecture. The other half of that exclusivity requirement restricts the release to the Microsoft ecosystem, launching alongside Sony on the Xbox Series X and Series S. There's no mention of a PC launch and zero support for PS4 or Xbox One. Cutting out older platforms removes technical bottlenecks, allowing Rockstar to focus on a high-fidelity experience. Forcing that level of graphical fidelity across a massive world comes with a staggering financial reality. Current estimates put the total budget at around $3 billion. This chart compares standard AAA video game budgets with Rockstar's latest project. As you can see, that $3 billion figure for GTA 6 completely dwarfs the rest of the industry. And that estimate covers just the staff costs calculated between 2019 and 2025. Marrying strict hardware exclusivity with a multi-billion-dollar payroll shows what the cost of perfection looks like. It demands a level of financial resources that virtually no other studio on Earth can afford. All of that processing power and capital is being poured into a long-awaited return to Vice City, a modernized Miami analog last seen in 2002. But the neon streets of Vice City are merely one district. The setting now expands out into a fictionalized state called Leonida, serving as Rockstar's take on the Florida landscape. Looking at this spatial mapping comparison, we can see the footprint of the previous game overlaid on the new area. The full Leonida map is projected to double the physical territory of GTA 5. Populating a map of that size requires a more complex perspective than a single character provides, which is why the developers have introduced a dual protagonist system. For the first time in franchise history, players will take control of a female lead. Lucia Caminos shares equal footing in the narrative with her co-protagonist, Jason Duval. The 2 characters are romantically involved, with their criminal partnership drawing parallels to the historical dynamic of bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde. Doubling the physical map size while redesigning the narrative around a dual lead structure creates immense complexity. These features explain why a project of this scope needs until late 2026 to be completed. The tension surrounding this game ultimately boils down to a test of patience. Fans are forced to wait through the 2026 delay, while Rockstar attempts to justify a $3 billion price tag. Locking the title strictly to modern hardware acts as a vital future-proofing measure. It ensures the underlying game engine and world logic will remain technically relevant for the next decade. Rockstar is making a massive financial gamble, but the proven demand from those trailer metrics gives them the confidence to let the budget run hot. The final evaluation centers on whether the proper polish promised by the developers can actually meet the expectations set by a global fanbase. By the time November 2026 arrives, GTA 6 will stand as a $3 billion test case for how far the boundaries of a digital world can be pushed.